If you've ever wondered how restaurants get steak cooked so evenly from edge to edge, or how chicken can stay incredibly juicy without being overcooked, sous vide cooking is one of the easiest ways to get surprisingly close to that level of consistency at home. Instead of relying on guesswork and constantly checking your food, a sous vide cooker keeps a water bath at a precise temperature while your food cooks slowly and evenly. But there are quite a few immersion circulators to choose from, and they aren't all designed for the same kind of cook. Some give you smart controls and app connectivity, while others keep things simple with physical controls and a lower price. So today, we're looking at 5 sous vide machines worth considering, from compact options for smaller kitchens to more powerful cookers for people who want more control and capacity. Let's start with the Anova Precision Cooker Nano 2.0, a compact option that makes sense if you want the Anova name and smart cooking features without going straight for a larger and more expensive machine. Its biggest advantage is its size. It doesn't take up much space when you're storing it, and that can make a difference if you have a small kitchen or simply don't want another bulky appliance sitting around. It also gives you access to app-based controls, which can make it easier to set cooking temperatures and monitor the cooking process from your phone. The smaller design does come with a trade-off. This isn't the model I'd choose if you're regularly cooking very large quantities of food. Its lower power heating system also means it isn't as quick at heating a large container of water as some of the 1000 or 1100 watt cookers on this list. But for smaller portions of steak, chicken, fish, vegetables, and other everyday meals, that may not matter much. The Nano 2.0 is really about keeping sous vide cooking compact and approachable. If you don't need a powerhouse and mainly cook for 1 or 2 people, this is a sensible place to start. Next, we have the Wankel Sous Vide Cooker 1100 watt. If your priority is getting plenty of heating power without spending a lot, the Wankel Sous Vide Cooker is worth a look. Its 1100 watt heating element puts it in the same general power class as considerably more expensive machines, and that extra power can be useful when you're starting with a larger amount of water or want the cooker to bring the water bath up to temperature efficiently. Another reason I like this one for a budget-focused list is that it keeps things relatively straightforward. You don't necessarily need a complicated smart home experience just to cook a steak. You set the temperature, set the time, place the food in the water bath, and let the cooker do its job. That simplicity can actually be a benefit if you don't want another kitchen appliance that requires an app. And that's also its main limitation compared with some of the smarter options here. You aren't buying the Wankel for an elaborate connected cooking experience. You're buying it for the core sous vide job and the higher heating power at a more approachable price. If you're mainly interested in accurate temperature control and don't care about controlling your cooker from your phone, this could be one of the better value options on the list. Moving on, we have Greater Goods Precision Cooker. The Greater Goods Precision Cooker takes a different approach. While some sous vide machines are increasingly focused on Wi-Fi and smartphone controls, this one is appealing if you'd rather have a straightforward appliance that you can operate directly. It has a powerful 1100 watt heating element, a clear display, and physical controls that make the cooking process easy to understand. That makes it particularly interesting for people who don't want to pull out their phone every time they want to adjust a cooking temperature. It also has strong water circulation, which is important because sous vide cooking isn't just about heating the water. The cooker needs to circulate that water consistently so the temperature remains even throughout the container. The Greater Goods is also relatively quiet, which is something you might appreciate if your sous vide setup is going to spend several hours running in your kitchen. The downside is that you're giving up some of the connected features found on smart models. If app control and remote monitoring are high on your list, there are better choices. But if you see sous vide as a precision cooking tool rather than another smart device, the Greater Goods makes a lot of sense. Next is the Inkbird Wi-Fi Sous Vide Cooker. For shoppers who want smart features without moving into premium pricing, the Inkbird is one of the more interesting options here. It combines a 1000 watt heating element with Wi-Fi connectivity, allowing you to connect the cooker to your phone and monitor or adjust the cooking process through the app. That can be especially convenient for longer cooking sessions. Sous vide isn't usually a cooking method where you need to stand over the appliance. You can get the water to the right temperature, add your food, and let the cooker maintain that temperature for the required cooking time. Having an app can make it easier to keep an eye on what's happening without constantly checking the display. The 1000-watt heating element also gives it enough power for typical home cooking without making the machine excessively large. And compared with premium smart cookers, the Inkbird can be a more budget-friendly way to get connected features. There is, however, a reason I wouldn't automatically call it the best choice for everyone. App-based controls are convenient when they work the way you want them to, but some people simply don't want their kitchen appliances dependent on a smartphone. If you're that person, the greater goods or Wonkel may be more appealing. But if you like the idea of checking your cook from your phone and want a strong balance between features and price, the Inkbird is worth considering. Taking the #1 spot is the Anova Precision Cooker 3.0. This is the option I'd look at if you want a well-rounded sous vide machine that combines strong performance with smart features without making the entire experience dependent on your phone. One thing that makes the Precision Cooker 3.0 particularly appealing is that you can use the controls on the machine itself, while also having access to connected features. That gives you more flexibility than a cooker that expects you to do everything through an app. It also has a 1100-watt heating element, making it a strong choice for regular home use and larger water baths. But the real reason this one takes the top spot is balance. You get precise temperature control, good circulation, a recognizable brand, and useful smart functionality without having to choose between a basic cooker and a premium appliance with a much higher price. That doesn't mean it's perfect. The connected features may be unnecessary if you're someone who prefers completely manual controls, and the price is higher than some of the simpler alternatives on this list. But for someone who wants one sous vide machine that can handle a wide range of home cooking without feeling overly complicated, the Precision Cooker 3.0 is probably the easiest recommendation. So, which one actually makes the most sense for you? If you're cooking for 1 or 2 people and want something compact, the Anova Precision Cooker Nano 2.0 is the one I'd consider first. If you're mainly looking for high heating power at a lower price, the Wonkel 1100W is worth a closer look. If you want a simple, powerful cooker without relying on an app, the Greater Goods Precision Cooker is a strong choice. If Wi-Fi connectivity and remote control are important to you while keeping the price more reasonable, take a look at the Inkbird ISV 100W. And if you want the best overall balance of power, control, smart features, and versatility, the Anova Precision Cooker 3.0 is my top pick from this group. One last thing to remember before buying: a sous vide cooker is only part of the setup. You'll also need a suitable container and a way to keep your food properly sealed during cooking. So don't look at the price of the immersion circulator alone when deciding on your budget. If this video helped you narrow down your options, don't forget to subscribe to Home and Kitchen Finds for more practical kitchen product comparisons and buying guides. I've also put links to all 5 sous vide machines in the description, so you can check their current prices, ratings, and availability before making your decision. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.